gonna look the same in a lot of these videos because I kind of want to film as much as possible when I have to turn the AC off. So we're just gonna jump into this. So basically, if you don't know, if this is your first time here, hi, I'm Lauren, how you doing? I recently moved and I had a huge makeup collection. I already feel like I have way more makeup, like even after the declutter, I feel like I have way more makeup than any normal person could possibly need, but I love it. And yeah, so I kind of wanted to go over the eyeshadow palettes that I kept after the declutter. I will say that a lot of these are like kind of old. The eyeshadow palettes, while they are beautiful and companies come out with them all the time, I feel like I buy them the least often because I go through them the least quickly. Like, eyeshadow palettes are the things that I have definitely the longest. When I did declutter, I got rid of everything that I don't use that was probably expired, which means like more than 2 years old, and everything that wasn't cruelty free. So everything that I kept is cruelty free, so that's kind of a cool place to start, because these are all things I would recommend. You can still get all of these palettes. They're not like limited edition palettes or anything like that. You can still get all of these, and probably like 85% of them are like affordable drugstore palettes. So let's just get going. And I also have a lot of videos already using a lot of these palettes because these, I love them. So let's just get started. I will link any of the videos that I have using these palettes in the eye and in the description bar. So yeah, I'm just going to talk about what I kept and why, and yeah, and I'll pop up like their price and stuff on the screen. I don't know this stuff like off the top of my head. I'm just going to kind of run through it right now, try to go quickly while the air conditioning is off. So yeah, so first I'm just going to kind of randomly grab them. This is the Stila Perfect Me Perfect Hue palette. Mine is in the shade Light Medium. I have an entire video on this, kind of like a review and 3 looks. It's a 3 looks 1 palette. I do those videos occasionally, so you'll get 3 looks using this. In that video, it's 5 eyeshadows and 2 blushes, and it has a mirror. Absolutely love this. I talked about how much I love it in that video. Yeah, I totally stand by this. It's a really good basic if you are somebody who does like pretty basic makeup. Obviously these are just neutrals, and you like a really good like satin matte blush. These blushes are absolutely beautiful. This is also really good to travel with, really good for a high school person if you want to splurge on something. I think I even talked about that in this video, where this is like pretty affordable if you consider that you're getting 5 eyeshadows and 2 blushes. It's actually pretty affordable. It'd be about the same as buying like 2 blushes and an eyeshadow palette from Milani. And if you buy this, then you just have it all in one palette with a mirror. So if you're somebody that travels a lot, high school student, somebody who like just works a ton, you're always doing your makeup on the run, this can be a really, really good investment. And I believe they have 4 shades, so for a range of different skin tones. I'm using sunlight, it's gonna go in and out. Bear with me. So, love that. I have a whole video talking about it and 3 looks that you can do. Okay. So then I have the Milani Pure Passions. They're a little dingy, but I have the Pure Passions and the Soft and Sultry palettes. So the Pure Passion, I think there's 4 of these total. I only got 2 of them because these are the colors that talk to me the most. These are kind of like the warmer tones, really, really pretty, have some cranberries in there, and the kind of more like cool tone, really smoky eye. Again, I have 1 or 2 videos using the Soft and Sultry palette, and then a 3 looks 1 palette using the Pure Passions palette. I definitely stand by those. Those are actually around $20, which can be expensive for drugstore, but I honestly do think it's worth it if you're a young person and you're trying to like save up for something. I really do think these are worth it, especially if you know that you're going to use it like every single day, especially with that mirror. Really, really good. So then we have the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. I don't think I have any videos like specifically using this, but This was really chatted about on YouTube just in general. The whole peachy release was. I really do love this palette. I really like the formula. Sometimes Too Faced formulas are very hit or miss, but I think really the consensus with a lot of people is that the entire peach line is really, really good. This is the only thing I actually ended up picking up from that line, but it was totally worth it. I am a sucker for all matte eyeshadow palettes, so this one really, really, really did draw me in because it's just really awesome mattes, and it was a really nice kind of like splurge. You'll find if we just look through all of my makeup that I don't buy like anything more than drugstore very, very often, so this was a nice treat for myself, and I really do like it. I use it all the time, even though I don't think I've made a specific video about it. So these two are the newest to my collection. I talked about these, I believe, in a vlog. This is the Profusion Cosmetics Golden Nudes and Profusion Cosmetics Pink Nudes. So I'm pretty sure I talked about these in a vlog. So since I recently moved, I went to a Walmart that I don't normally go to, and I was amazed by how great their makeup selection was. Like, it has a bigger makeup, like drugstore makeup section than some of the Ultas that I've gone to, like in big cities and stuff. So really, really great. And they had this brand there, Profusion, which, am I missing something? I had never really heard about this brand, and I quickly Googled them while I was at the store because the palettes looked so beautiful. I Googled them and found out they were cruelty free, so I was like, oh my gosh. And these, I think they were $5. I'm gonna put the price on the screen, but these were super, super inexpensive. Each of these was, I think it was $5 each, and it's like 2 blushes, I guess, like a matte blush and a shimmery brush and then a highlight, and then you have these eyeshadows. You're not gonna get like a super deep smoky look with any of these, but like a really cute like everyday look, kind of like something I'm wearing right now. Really beautiful. These are really nicely pigmented. I tried a different eyeshadow palette, like the 24 color eyeshadow palette from Profusion. Didn't love it, got rid of it. These though I kept. Absolutely amazing. So I really do like these. If you're somebody, again, if you just wear like if you're in high school, if you're just somebody who wears like really natural makeup on a day-to-day basis, really, really pretty. The highlights are really good, and I think there was 3 shades, 3 or 4, and I only got 2 of them, but really, really great, and what a good price. So yeah. Okay, so the next one is this one's probably the oldest one that I kept, other than one of my Morphe palettes, but this is the Avant Pop palette. I don't remember anybody really talking about these or liking these from NYX when they came out. I'm pretty sure they're still available. They're still around. I really like this. I think I have a super old video that I might have deleted using this palette. But I do really, really like this. I think the colors are really cool and unique, and you can make like, you could do like an everyday color, but like a everyday look, but then you have like these really cool pops of color, and this green is like, oh, it's so beautiful. This green and this blue. You can really deepen things up with these 2 colors, where I feel like a lot of drugstore palettes really lack that, and it's really nice to have something like the Milani palettes or a palette like this that is kind of, well, I guess the Milani palettes are kind of expensive, and I think this was around 15 to 20 as well, but it's nice to have that dark color so you can actually really deepen up a look. I will actually have other things in this video that are way cheaper, like under $10, that are kind of smoky like this, but this is a really good option. And these highlight shades are actually really pretty on the face as well. Yeah, really cute, kept it. NYX is really great. I also have a bunch of the NYX single eyeshadows. Of course, I kept these. I've done a more recent video using some of these. My like neon summer look, I used a couple of these shades. I really, really do like these. These are, getting single eyeshadows in general is a little bit more expensive generally, and that is true for NYX, but I do think they're worth it. So if you want to splurge, if you want to create your own palette, if you are a working makeup artist, these are really great. They even have bigger palettes than this, so you can fit more in one. I just kind of, obviously I went for like blue or greens and yellows, and then for this one I went with like blue purple. I just wanted to take a stab at making my own situation. And at the time that I bought these were the only colored eyeshadows that I had. So I really did want to like kind of make my own because I really had certain things in mind. I really love them. I really think they're worth it. I will say that some of the ones that I even have aren't available anymore. So it's something that kind of changes out. But still, the stuff that's available is so, so beautiful if you're looking to make your own palette. So then, boom, I have the NYX Swear By It palette. I'm currently doing a series, sort of. I'm kind of waiting for the air conditioning to come back because those are more of like a talk through video. And I don't, you know, I have my little wall unit over here off for this because this isn't going to be a super long video, but it takes me, like, talk through makeup videos take like hours and hours to film, so it's not like I can just not have the AC on for 3 hours. This room will be 90 degrees if I try to do that. So once the AC is fixed, I will go back to my series using this palette. I'm doing Zodiac inspired makeup looks using this because obviously we have like basically the whole rainbow, and so far so good. I love this palette. I think it's really, really cool, and the Modern Dreamers palette looks really good. NYX is kind of getting up there in price. I think this is close to $40, but it's a huge palette, and NYX also has a lot of other way more affordable palettes that are really great too. But yeah, I needed more color palettes in my life, so I got that one, and then I thought of that idea, and I just thought it would be so fun to try to make that many looks just with one palette, really specific. So yeah, that'll continue. I really do love this, and obviously I kept it for a reason. I did get it fairly recently. So, boom, the Revolution Makeup, the Emily Edit The Once palette. So I have never really talked about this. I know that it came out like a year ago, and there was kind of some drama around the launch. I thought that was very interesting. I never got the Once palette because it just wasn't screaming my name. As you can see, I already have a ton of neutral eyeshadow palettes, but this one, man, the colors were just screaming my name. It has this huge mirror. I think this was around the $20 mark. Totally, totally worth it. This has quickly become my favorite palette to travel with. The mirror is amazing, and yeah, it seems really big, but it fits in my makeup bag perfectly, and then it's the only eyeshadow palette that I have to take because if I want to do a pop of color, I can. I'm never going to do anything crazy. When I'm on vacation, that's not like the time to try new things, really, at least not for me. I can get a nice warm look. I can get some more color in. I can get really smoky, sultry looks, even with some green. Really, really beautiful, and the mirror has come in clutch more than once. So I really do like this, and like I said, it's really quickly become one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes to travel with. So that's really cool. Then I have this beauty. So I actually got rid of quite a bit of my Morphe palettes. I kept this one because it was the one I had bought the most recent, or most recently. This is the 3502 palette, which you know, warm shades, they're really pretty. I just barely ever reach for this. I don't know why, like, and I haven't had the drive to buy any new, like, Morphe stuff, like, at all. They really hit hard on YouTube, especially for a while. It's kind of like with the YouTube made me buy it situation, but I barely ever reach for this. Honestly, if I want, like, more of a warm look, I reach for, like, the Milani Pure Passions palette or something like that, or one of the palettes I'm gonna talk about in a second. I should reach for it. I mean, these are really, really pretty and really vibrant, and I'm sure they're great, and it has this really good black. I do remember Morphe's blacks being really good, but yeah, I just haven't dug it out in a while, and this is the only one I kept, and I got rid of 3 other ones because I literally, like, never touched them. So I just gave them to people who would love them and some working makeup artists that I really like. So yeah, this is the only one I kept because I thought I would gravitate more towards, you know, reaching for these super warm shades. That's typically what I do. If I'm not, like, pretty neutral, I'm very warm toned in my eyeshadow choices. So I did keep it. Maybe I'll make an effort to, like, whip it out in the near future. I have no idea. Who's to say? Who's to say? This one's probably, honestly, one of the oldest ones that I have. This is the Smashbox, what are these called again? The Cover Shot. I, of course, matte one. I think there's 5 or 6 of them total. There's like a rainbow one now. I just got the really matte and very neutral one. I got this a super long time ago, and it was kind of like a treat to myself, and I'm so glad I did it. I still really, really love this palette. If you like neutrals, they have other ones that are more like vibrant in color, but I'm sure the formula for all of them is pretty similar and pretty great. I really do like these, and if you kind of want to splurge or get yourself something nice, I really do like these. I really like these like very easy to travel with, like simple palettes. These are really great. I love these. So definitely would recommend. Really nice, more high-end but cruelty-free option. This one's a little bit more recent to my collection. This is the Wet n Wild Rose in the Air eyeshadow palette. They recently came out with these, like this setup of their eyeshadow palettes in quite a few different colors. Did I say it was from Wet n Wild? It's from Wet n Wild. Really, really great. Wet n Wild is one of the like cruelty-free standbys. They make really, really great stuff. And this is what I was saying, like with some of the warmer shades in here, I really do, like I'll reach for this over my Morphe palettes all the time. Like I forget that I have that Morphe palette. So this is really great. The shimmers in here are more of like a glowy, not going to be like glittery or like super, super high impact. You can wet your brush to make them a little bit more shiny, but that's all they are. They're just shiny. They're not a metallic. They're not a foil. They're not anything like that, but they're still really, really beautiful. And the mattes in here are so, so good. And of course it's Wet n Wild, so it's super affordable and amazing. Then I want to talk about this guy. So this is the Rose Gold Sunset palette from e.l.f. I do have an entire review video on this, kind of like a first impressions review. It's very interesting to watch, for sure. This just looks so pretty in the pan, you know? I don't want to spoil that video for you, but this I would not technically recommend. I talk about that in the video itself, that I kept it. I do like the mattes. I already bought it, so I kept it. The shimmers in this palette aren't very good, or like worth it at all. I would say don't buy this. I just have it because I bought it. You know, I thought it looked interesting, and then I did the review about it. I wouldn't recommend it. I just already bought it, so I'm gonna keep it, kind of thing, if that makes sense. But like I wouldn't recommend it to you. I think I just said the same thing a million times. So anyway, eyeshadow palette that I would recommend that's in really similar packaging, just without the clear, is this guy. Oh, I don't know if I did a review video, but I do have a video using this eyeshadow palette, and oh my freaking Jesus. This is the Summer Breeze. It's the Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette in Summer Breeze. Oh my goodness. Of course, it's all matte. That's like my favorite thing. I love like an all matte eyeshadow palette. Really, really beautiful, wonderful formula. You can get it all the way smoky with this. It's so, so awesome. The mirror is really cool. I love this palette, and it is super long lasting. The video that I use this in, I use this and then some of the primer infused bronzer and blush. And I went out literally to like a headbanging mosh pit concert, sweating my balls off. And when we got out, I kid you not, the eyeshadow did not crease. It did not fade. The bronzer and blush did not fade. Like my shit looked flawless. And it's freaking e.l.f. Like it's, some people just sleep on e.l.f. so much. And this is just so beautiful, so long lasting, so amazing. Love this. Definitely would recommend this one. The formula, unfortunately, there's like a few shades of the Matte for Matte eyeshadow palettes, and not all of them are as good as this one. The Summer Breeze is like top notch. The last thing from e.l.f. and actually the last thing I'm going to talk about, it's actually the one that I'm wearing on my eyes today. Really simple little look. This is the e.l.f. Sculpting Silk eyeshadow, also in the shade Rose All Day. That's funny, Rose All Day, and then the Wet n Wild was Rose in the Air. So this also comes in quite a few, I think 4 to 6 shades. Basically they're like eye contouring and stuff like that. I love these. When you look at this, It is so unassuming in the palette, especially this like shimmery shade. So it's a matte and then a shimmer in the middle. That's how all of them are, and they're just in different tones and different like deepnesses for different skin tones and eye colors, all that. So I have this one. It's probably the most neutral of all of them because that's just always what I get. Oh my gosh, when they say silk eyeshadow, they mean it. These are so silky. It almost like smooths out and perfects the area where you put it. It's so amazing. And when you look at this, it's so unassuming in the palette, and they're so inexpensive. But if you're somebody who just does a really simple eye every day or most days, whatever, these are so good. And this little middle shade, again, it's not like a super high impact glitter. It's more of like a nice glow, but still, like, how gorgeous is that? It's just this beautiful sheen to the lid, and it smooths out that whole area. So I can see somebody with more mature skin really loving this. I have really dry skin. I'm young, but I have really dry skin, especially around my eyes, and this just smooths everything out. And then on my brow bone and my inner corner, I'll just use whatever highlight I use on my face, and it's such a quick, everyday, beautiful look that gives like some punctuation to the eye. But it's so simple. Like, anytime where I'm kind of in a rush, I don't know what to do, I just want to have something on so I don't look dead, I always reach for this. And I've honestly gotten compliments on this eyeshadow of all things, where you would see this and be like, why would you buy that? It's 3 freaking eyeshadows. It's from e.l.f. Like, who cares? I get compliments when I wear this. Like, it's crazy. So these are really, really wonderful, and definitely recommend this little guy. Also super easy to travel with too. High schoolers, hello. People who work a lot, hello. Moms, which is going to be me soon, hello. Like, get it in your life. So good. So that is everything. That is everything that I kept after the declutter. So yeah, if that just gives you kind of an idea of the things I like or what I keep, what I think is worth it, I would definitely, except for this guy, recommend that you buy all of these. These are all still available, I'm pretty sure. So if any of these speak to you, I definitely recommend them, especially formula-wise. So yeah, again, I will link any time that I've used these in other videos or talked about them, done a 3 looks 1 palette, done a review, anything like that. I will link the video in the eye and down below, along with anything else you might want to know, my Instagram, stuff like that. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That would help me out so much. And if you just like me, I guess, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. I don't think I have anything else to say, so wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just have a good one. Bye!